Shocking the business book world, a work of fiction has shattered a 15-year dry spell by landing on the long list for the Financial Times and Schroders Business Book of the Year 2025. Why does this matter? Because for 2 decades, this prestigious award has almost exclusively recognized non-fiction that wrestles with today's most urgent business and economic themes, from global power tussles to industry-changing innovations. And this is just one unexpected twist among many on the long list. Let's talk about Alexander Starritt's Drayton and Mackenzie. This novel, tracing the journey of 2 startup founders, marks only the 3rd time a novel has made the cut in the award's 21-year history, the last being Adam Hazlitt's Union Atlantic back in 2010. Some say business insight is best distilled in hard facts and analysis. Share your take in the comments below. The FT and Schroders Business Book of the Year Award, with a grand prize of £30,000, seeks the most compelling and readable exploration of business issues confronting us right now. Backed by both FT owner Nikkei and Schroders, the award is more than just a trophy. It's a beacon pointing to the topics they believe matter most in shaping our world. Last year's winner? Palmy Olson's Supremacy, a gripping deep dive into the race for dominance in artificial intelligence. This year, 16 finalists have been selected from over 500 contenders, all sifted by a team of sharp-eyed FT journalists. The sheer range is remarkable, spanning geopolitical power plays, economic dilemmas, legendary innovators, and the dark sides of growth and industry, geoeconomics and global politics. Zooming in on some of the most hotly debated topics, Dan Wang's Breakneck. China's quest to engineer the future explores the intense China-US rivalry. He describes China as an engineering state, pitting homegrown ingenuity against America's loyally approach. Is technological competition between nations leading us forward or fueling conflict? Edward Fishman's Chokepoints, How the Global Economy Became a Weapon of War, sheds light on how economic sanctions have reshaped global strategy, emphasizing breakthroughs and moral dilemmas in how such blunt instruments are wielded, especially against Russia. It's a behind-the-scenes look at the passionate thinkers who transform policies into power. Meanwhile, Carl Benedikt Frey's How Progress Ends takes a sweeping, 1,000-year perspective on the fate of civilization. He questions whether our institutions risk choking off the innovation needed to thrive, and urges dominant powers like the US, China, and Europe to heed lessons from past collapses. Mike Bird, in The Land Trap, unpacks the outsized influence of land ownership, one of humanity's oldest levers of power over modern economies and societies. Why does land remain such a struggle point, molding wealth and inequality in nearly every country? Joan C. Williams's Outclassed explores the U.S. left's struggles to connect with working-class voters amidst the rise of populism. How did the Democratic elite lose touch, and what political or economic reforms could win hearts and ballots back? The Genius Factor, and its mystique, on the hunt for what makes leaders irresistible or insufferable. David Gellis's Dirtbag Billionaire tells the story of Patagonia's iconoclastic founder, Yvon Chouinard. He famously gave away his company for the sake of climate action. Challenging our very notions of success and capitalism. Is radical generosity a new benchmark? Real figures, including Tesla's Elon Musk and central banking luminaries Ben Bernanke and Mario Draghi, add flavor to this fictional account. Does storytelling offer unique insight into the nature of business genius? Karen Howe's Empire of AI puts OpenAI's Sam Altman under the microscope. Howe probes not just the company's astonishing rise, but the personality and leadership style, often divisive, that drive it. Is fierce competitiveness a blessing, a curse, or both? Helen Lewis's The Genius Myth tackles our collective obsession with so-called rule breakers and rebels, urging readers to remember that luck and timing often matter as much as raw talent. Should we temper our reverence, or does relentless idolization serve a purpose? Eva Dou's House of Huawei investigates Ren Zhengfei and the inner workings of China's tech giant, asking how commercial ambition and state influence have shaped both the company and global tech dynamics. In The Thinking Machine, Stephen Witt analyzes NVIDIA's meteoric rise and CEO Jensen Huang's unorthodox management, combining a stern hand with unexpected humor. Does this leadership style foster or hinder world-changing innovation? The dilemma of growth. Growth isn't always as rosy as it sounds. Ezra Klein and Derek Thompson's Abundance debates America's current growth predicament, caught between regulatory caution and investment urgency, and a political divide that makes compromise almost impossible. Can the US break free and build a better future? Sabira Chowdhury in Consumed investigates how big brands hooked us on plastic, laying bare the choices that prioritized convenience and profit over environmental health. Should the burden fall on producers to fix what's broken? Going further, Cory Doctorow's sharply titled Inshitification unravels the decay of digital platforms and the peril of unchecked tech monopolies. With wit and candor, Doctorow charts the way out. But will anyone act? Exposing corporate practices, Gardner Harris's No More Tears focuses a spotlight on Johnson & Johnson, questioning how a company revered for its positive culture could be shadowed by ethical controversies. Can enlightened capitalism survive its own secrets? Tim Minshall's Your Life is Manufactured, US title, How Things Are Made, inspires readers to reconnect with the processes behind everyday products. If we forget how things are produced, Minshall warns, we risk dirtier and more brittle systems. Does awareness drive change or just guilt? Meet the jury, and what's next? Two fresh faces join this year's judging panel. Nikolai Tangen of Norges Bank Investment Management and Adam Osborne from Schroders. They team up with a heavyweight group including Deputy Editor Roula Khalaf, Samai Ventures' Mimi Alamayu, Nikkei's Daisuke Arakawa, Mozilla's Mitchell Baker, entrepreneur Sherry Kutu, Queen's College President Mohammed El-Arian, International House of Japan's James Kondo, economist Randall Krosner, and Shriti Videra, chair of Prudential and the Royal Shakespeare Company. September 24th will unveil the shortlist with the ultimate winner announced.